Okay, Blake, you've done a great job explaining the benefits of having cattle out here on grass. And, we've been raising grass-fed beef for how long?
About 20 years now.
About 20
Yep.
years. Now, when we first got started, a lot of people told us we were crazy not feeding
Yep.
grain to cattle and told us this whole grass-fed beef thing would be a complete fad.
Yep.
And 20 years later, of course, we weren't interested in following any fads. We wanted to do what was best for the land and produce the best product that we knew how. Now, fast forward to today, and a lot of folks have recognized, the marketplace have recognized the benefits of grass-fed. And now, suddenly, again, national brands you see all over the country and at grocery store shelves, grass-fed beef being sold.
Automatically, they have the product.
Yeah, it's like it's just popped up overnight. How is all that product appearing on the shelves so quickly?
Well, 80% of that product that is available on the shelf is imported.
So 80% of grass-fed beef sold at retail is imported from other countries.
From other countries like Australia, New Zealand.
Okay, and so is it labeled as product of the USA or is it labeled as imported?
No, it's labeled as product of the USA, and the way the labeling regulations are, they're allowed to label it product of the USA as long as it's processed at a USDA facility, whether it's on U.S. soil or not.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. So that makes up majority of the beef, grass-fed
Yep.
beef you see at retail.
So there's really no way of knowing.
So that's 80% of the grass-fed beef. What about the other 20%?
The other 20% is of grass-fed beef sold in the U.S. is produced domestically.
Okay.
But of that 20%, 10% is just raised in a feedlot. So basically, they're taking a confinement feeding operation, taking away most of the grain, and just taking some hay to them, substituting the rest of the diet with some hay.
So still fed with some grain byproducts.
Yep.
In a feedlot. So you don't see any of the benefits that you see out here.
Nope.
And
that product would still be labeled as 100% grass-fed.
So you're telling me companies can raise cattle in a feedlot,
Yep.
still feed grain byproducts,
Yep.
and labeled as 100%
Yep.
grass-fed, and
Yep.
that makes up half of the domestic grass-fed beef raised in the U.S. and offered at retail.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
so that leaves only a small percentage
Yep.
of overall beef that's raised like this. A fraction of a percentage of all the beef sold at retail that's raised like this.
Yep.
Okay, so that makes it really tricky trying to find true grass-finished beef that offers the benefits that we just talked about. So what's the best way to figure that out, to interpret those labels?
Yep. Well, I would think you'd want to get to know the farm.
Right. Get to know the farm, where it's
the people that are producing the product,
and visit the farm. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks for your time.